Your AI agent can now pay for things itself, and here's how. The way that an AI agent can do it nowadays is with this new standard that came out called X402. For you to understand X402, let me take you on a journey back and figure out like what X402 truly is. When you're actually browsing a website and you're basically what's happening is you're talking to a server and you're having a communication between your browser and the server. If you ever notice, if you ever open the network or if you're a web developer, you will notice status responses from a server to your client, and usually you see codes like 200, 404, stuff like that. These are standardized requests and responses that the industry organized so that everybody has a uniform experience in building website, browsing websites, and it led to the internet it is today. X402 is trying to introduce the same standardization where today, let's say you have a Shopify store and you sell a book. Right now, you have to integrate with third-party payment provider and they have to do the payment for you. But with crypto, that's changing. Payments can now happen peer to peer. But how do you communicate a payment request and how do you facilitate that payment? That is the unanswered question that X402 solves. The way it does it is if you have that book, rather than go to Stripe or a third party which might ask you to charge fees, what you can do is when the person hits buy book, you just send them an X402 request that says, hey, if you give me X amount of money and with this response, I will give you this book. And then the client is able to handle that and use their stablecoin wallet to make that payment happen. That is a very small, high level concept, but this is basically an automated way for a website to basically tell you how much money it needs and for you to facilitate that within a very unified web response. And for agents, this is especially useful because agents don't have third party accounts, but they have code, they have stablecoin wallets. With X402, an agent, if they're doing micropayments or let's say they're paying per API call, when we're talking about really micro transactions or even non-frequent transactions, it makes it really easy for agents to be able to say, hey, I want to do something. The other agent on the side responds with a 402 request and says, hey, for you to do this thing from me, this is how much money I need. And then the agent can then use their stablecoin wallet to actually make that payment happen.